thing, if we hear air alert, they have bomb shelter downstairs. And if you need me at any time, you all have my phone number. Please text me, ask me anything. I would like to know where you're at, even when you go on a date. You came here for a reason, to meet the girls. We have a lot of girls in Ukraine. 12:30, I'm gonna meet you downstairs. We're loading for the social. How was that girl today? You look nice too. Okay. Helen gonna help you to find the interpreter, and I will get your name tags.
In the paper?
And
The paper?
they have it.
Oh,
Interpreters,
they're the ones that have it.
and they're the ones who gonna do it.
Oh, I thought we did that. Okay, so he was correct. The socials were a very good time. If I were to go back and give myself advice, I would say it's a lot more work than you think. And no matter what I'd say to myself, it's pretty intense, but at the same time, it's just a great experience, great life experience.
So when you will enter the social, you have your lady. You want that age, that height, that blonde, dark hair, like you have the picture in your eyes. But then you walk in on a social and 20 years old girl telling you hi, and you're like, okay. And on a social, it's totally different when you see the girl and you feel it. Because this is what you need to do. You just have to feel it. You have to look in her eyes and understand if she's good for you or not. And if she's good, get the phone number, put it on a list, we'll schedule your date, and we'll work from there.
So we are having some tequila shots here in the barber shop. Everybody is having great time. Guys have just been doing some toasts, and they are getting courageous for having their hair cut, for some beauty procedures, because they have to be fresh, young for the first social tonight. This is Olga Petrivska. I'm in charge of Mexico City affiliate, and it's been a while since the last time I was here with you on Monday show. It is a huge pleasure to be here again, and unfortunately, it's going to be only me, so please get ready to be fed up of all my blah, 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 blah in 1 hour. Many of you already know me, those who have been to Mexico City tour. And actually, I'm here to announce that next week, next Friday and Saturday, we have our socials. The tour to Mexico City starts next week, and we have a couple of places available still. So if somebody wishes to come to Mexico City and to meet lovely Mexican ladies and some Slavic ladies who live in Mexico City, please hurry up to reserve your tours, to buy your tours. I'm going to be answering some questions a bit later in some minutes, but I wanted to tell you a bit about Mexico, about dating in Mexico, about our socials. We have been hosting socials since the beginning of 2022. It's going to be our, if I'm not mistaken, sixth event or seventh event. So we already have some experience, and every time it's amazing. Every time we have quite a good success rate, 40-50%. So, gentlemen, Mexico is very, very close to the United States, and you have to come here to have this great time and meet. By the way, meet my Slavic mafia. All the clients usually say, I am originally Ukrainian. I live in Mexico for 7 years already, and well, obviously, I love to work with my Ukrainian and some Russian ladies. That's why when you come here, you will be surrounded by Slavic ladies in Mexico City. By the way, um, I suppose you have already heard. In Mexico City, instead of Halloween, it's Dia de Muertos, the Day of Dead People, and it's a huge celebration. After the James Bond movie, they started making these awesome parades. First years after the movie release, I think it was only one parade, but the last 2, 3 years, they've been making a couple of parades. So, 2 weeks ago, if I'm not no, it was last week, they made a parade of different cars, but connected, everything was connected with the Dia de Muertos. Yesterday, they made Desfile de Catrinas, which was the parade dedicated to Catrinas. Katrina, um, definitely you have seen it if you saw the movie Coco about Mexican Dia de Muertos. Katrina is the representation of the death. Usually it's a skinny lady, usually it's just a skeleton, which is wearing a long, beautiful dress and the hat, and it's just a skull, basically no face. So how was the parade? Many people put on the costumes of Katrina, or if those were men, they put the costumes of Katrin, which is the male version of Katrina. They had their faces made up in a special way to look like skulls. And they made just a parade all over Reforma Avenue, which is the main avenue in Mexico City. And by the way, the hotel where you are going to be staying, if you come to the Mexico City tour, is situated 5 minutes walking um, away from Reforma, and Reforma is very beautiful. The president, I think I'm going to be very sporadic talking about Mexico, but I will try to entertain you with all the information. Centuries ago, uh, the president who was in charge at that time was very much oriented to the European culture, architecture, everything European he liked very much. So he hired the architects who made Paseo de la Reforma, this Reforma Avenue, that looked like similar like Champs-Élysées in Paris. So when you come to Mexico City, and for example, you are in some rooftop, you can see that the avenue looks well pretty much similar. It has flowers in its central part, and it has um, it's divided into blocks, but every block has a roundabout. So quite a nice view, and it's a very nice area to walk. It's a nice area to have a dinner with your date because it has a lot of very nice restaurants to all the budgets, to all the tastes. And let me tell you a bit about our tour and our social events. So the tour usually starts on Tuesday or on Wednesday or on Thursday. Depends on when the clients wish to come. One of my colleagues, the part of my Ukrainian mafia, whose name is Anna, is going to be receiving all the clients in the airport this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday if somebody comes on Friday, and will be accompanying the gentleman to the transport. And then They are when they arrive to the hotel. Obviously, I will be meeting and receiving all our clients in the hotel to help them with the check-in and also just to say hello, to have this human contact. But obviously, I'm going to be in touch with everybody via WhatsApp or other messengers before the tour starts. Then on Friday, the day when our social event, first social, is going to be. So in the morning after the breakfast, I'm going to come to the hotel and together with all the gentlemen, we are going to walk to our office. It's not a long walk. It's going to be nice for you to see around together with me to memorize the road from the hotel to the office because every morning we are going to be arranging the dates at the office. So you will have to come to the office. So it's kind of 20 minutes walk. We will come to the office. I will show you around. And it's going to be an orientation meeting, but speaking about general things again, how the socials are going to be, how the dates are going to be arranged, how to treat Mexican women, some peculiarities about Mexican women. Also, I think after all the experience with the socials and with so many clients, I think I'm going to make some workshop on how to accept the rejection because it's been the most painful topic during all the tours. After the orientation meeting at the office, we're going to go to the barber shop. It's our courtesy, like it's a gift from our Mexican office for you to feel fresh, young. And there you are going to meet more Slavic ladies who are going to cut your hair, put some mask on your face, trim the hair where the hair shouldn't be. Obviously, you are going to have great time there. But you know, the best thing for many people is that we're going to have tequila shots at the barber shop. So I hope it encourages you together with becoming younger and fresher after all the beauty procedures and after tequila shots for courage. Then you have a couple of hours of free time because we're going to arrive to the barber shop like 1:30 p.m. Maybe we will spend there between 1 hour and 90 minutes, 60, 90 minutes. Then you return to the hotel and have a couple of hours of your free time. We suggest to use this free time for the dates, but important thing, ladies work. And on Friday, unfortunately, it's still a working day for them. So most of the ladies stop working at 6 or at 7 p.m. and they won't be able to escape from work earlier. So obviously, when you leave your favorite list of favorites, your hot list for us, and we start contacting ladies and we start asking them for these dates on Friday afternoon. Honestly, very honestly speaking, because I don't want to generate false expectations, most of the ladies reject because they are just not, it's for them, it's just not possible to escape from work. Hey, no worries. You can use the time to see around, to walk some blocks around the hotel, which is the safe area. And also you can have a beauty sleep, beauty nap before the social, because the social is going to be quite exhausting for men. I will tell about that later. Speaking about the area close to the hotel, as I just mentioned, it's absolutely safe. It's an area full of foreigners. Also, it's famous for being close to the LGBT community area, but it's completely safe. It has a lot of coffee shops, taco restaurants. uh, Chinese restaurants, Japanese, Italian restaurants. You can find everything to all the possible taste. And if you need any recommendations, obviously, I will be there. I will be constantly in touch with you, and I will help you find anything or get the best possible place to have lunch or dinner at, or buy anything. Also, right next to the hotel, there is a convenience store where you can buy water, you can buy some snacks. I think it's 7-Eleven, it's the same as, or Circle K, the same as what you have in the United States. Also, there is a Starbucks, a McDonald's, a pharmacy, everything, everything, everything on the souvenir shop. Okay, so getting back to our socials. This year we are going to officially start the social at 7 p.m. We used to do it at 6 p.m., but ladies do not make it to the hotel because we rent the hotel, the hall in the hotel for the social, for your convenience, so that you don't need to go anywhere. You just go downstairs from your room and you are ready for the event. So the ladies don't make it. And also on Friday, the traffic in Mexico is just horrible. It's disgusting, disgusting. So ladies arrive like 7:30. That's why we announced the beginning of the event at 7. But please, 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 gentlemen, prepare yourselves. In Mexico, nobody is punctual. Literally nobody. Even I, being Ukrainian, born Ukrainian, became not punctual in Mexico. Usually, ladies arrive, by the way, for the dates. They are always late as well. It might be 10 minutes, it might be 15 minutes, it might be 20 minutes, it might be half an hour, and maybe or most probably that they are not even going to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, 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 I'm late." And they will just come because in Mexico, it's normal. Nobody's in hustle, nobody hurries up, and everybody is late for every event. That's why officially we are starting at 7, but we will start when we have enough ladies in the hall, so that there are no empty tables for any gentleman. And my approximation that it's going to be 7:30, 7:45. You can go downstairs to the lobby at 7. I'm going to introduce you to your matchmakers, who are also your translators. You will have some time talking with them to establish this connection, to have a click, because your matchmaker is basically your confidant, your best friend, your personal assistant, and you need to like this person, obviously, to have this good connection. Then, when the event starts, I will announce each of the gentlemen, make some small presentation, and then we will start the speed dating part. Everybody goes to the table with the ladies, 10 minutes, bell, exchange the tables. When you move to the other table, you speak with your matchmaker. The matchmaker makes notes about the ladies who you like, and the whole circle until we finish, when all men have been at all the tables. And then the Mexican party starts. And this is the other exhausting part. You are going to be pretty much tired speaking with the ladies. And please make sure to have some good lunch before the event, because despite the fact that we are going to serve own trees, you are not going to have time for chewing, for eating, and speaking with ladies, because 10 minutes is not that much time as we might think. So then the party starts, and that's where you need to be really initiative, energetic, and extroverted. Please do not be afraid of that word if somebody is introverted, because Mexican ladies love to dance, and they are going to be inviting you to dance. And please accept those invitations, even if you don't know how to dance. The most important thing is the participation and your physical contact with those ladies during the dance, because that's when you are going to realize, and the ladies are going to realize, whether there is some chemistry or there is nothing, and you should move on. So the speed dating part is going to last like between 90 and 120 minutes, like up to 2 hours. And then we are going to have another 90 to 120 minutes for the dancing. And the event is going to finish at midnight. The carriage turns back into pumpkin, Cinderella. The princess turns into Cinderella. Please look for the shoes. But you can invite the ladies to continue the communication at some bar, or some nightclub, or some restaurant, which is going to be still open, to spend more time with the lady. We have, like, usually how the things are going is that there is a group of guys with a group of ladies from the social who decide to continue the party at some of the bars or nightclubs of Mexico City. Go ahead, just consider, calculate your forces and your energy, because next day you are going to have to do everything again. And the first day, everybody is so initiative and energetic. Okay, let me go there and let me meet all those ladies. I want to have everybody's phone number, and I want dates with everybody. And then the next day, after all the party and everything, is like, oh God, kill me, please. I don't know how I'm going to survive through this second social. On Saturday in the morning, we are going to be arranging the dates for you in the office, and you will need to come to the office so that my girls, my ladies, my team arranges dates for you. Then again, you are going to have some hours in the afternoon of your free time. Maybe if you are lucky, and I hope you are, and we will do our best to make you lucky. You will have dates, and then again, perfectly the same schedule for the second social. On Sunday, we are arranging the dates from the hotel lobby, and then we take off for the city tour at midday. I'm going with you, gentlemen, and you can invite some lady to the city tour to spend more time with her. Just, just keep on mind that, not in mind, that you will have to spend 5 hours straight with that lady. Just keep that in mind. If you are ready, go ahead. If not, we are still going to have a lot of fun during the city tour. We are going to go to the city center, where our tour guide is going to explain everything about history in English. And afterwards, we are going to go and have lunch in one of the most iconic traditional restaurants in Mexico City, which is called El Cardenal. Awesome, spectacular. You are going to love it. Amazing food, amazing prices, nice place. Everything is great. Then we will return to the hotel by the bus. The bus takes us from the hotel to the city center and back. And you are going to have again time for your dates. And then next days you just stay here in the morning. In the mornings we meet at the office, arrange your dates, and then in the afternoons I will always come to the hotel to check up on you, see whether you need something, and help you with any things possible. Also, I'm going to be your best friend, your chief matchmaker, your confidant. So I'm going to be asking you about the socials, about the dates, about all the ladies, where we can be gossiping. I can give you my feminine perspective about some ladies that you have doubts about, or things like that. So you are going to be taken very good care of. I'm going to be always there. I will be constantly in touch with you. We're going to be having a WhatsApp chat between all the gentlemen so that you can also communicate and so that we can coordinate our meetings or something when I just show up at the hotel lobby. Like, guys, I'm in the hotel lobby. If you want to chat or you are bored or whatever, come down and let's gossip a bit, or let's go for a coffee, or let's grab lunch. Something like that. Okay. It's been too much of my blah, 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 and I have quite a number of questions here. So I'm going to start reading and answering them. Okay. The first question. Just a second. Okay. How many girls in Mexico City are younger than 40? Hmm, it's a good question. I don't have the precise number. If we are speaking about the social, I would say it's going to be 20% of the ladies because the majority of our female clients are between 40 and 50. So not that many, not that many. The next question, will there ever be any tours to Playa or Cancun? Oh, Barry, I want to make a tour to Playa or Cancun, but unfortunately we don't have enough ladies registered there so that we can make them happen. But we are working on this um, challenge, let's say, and I hope next year we can host the first Cancun or Playa tour, and it's going to be spectacular. Okay, Mark. Evening, Olha. Evening, Mark. Shaun. Okay, answer to poll question. Okay. With all my blah, 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 I forgot to read a poll question. I hope nobody calls me for that. So, the poll question of today is, what costume would you like to wear with your future foreign bride? And one of the answers is when I was in Peru. No, they were good about time. Okay, I think I lost. Yes, I lost it. Okay. When I was in Peru, I told my lady to be Selena and I would be the security guard. Corny, I know. Cool. Another question from Nico. How many guys are dating in Mexico City now? Whew. Um, can we please narrow down the nationality, age group, and other features like that? If we are speaking about the AFA clients, we constantly have guys who come to the single tours to Mexico City, and we are constantly arranging the dates, and we constantly have new relationships. Actually, I'm not going to be calling the names because I don't want to be a gossiper who gives in the personal information of other people, but we have somebody who is going to be getting married, who is getting married, not going to be, who is getting married this week in Mexico City. And I'm very excited about that. The next question from Polly. Is it easy to meet ladies on the streets in Mexico City if I don't speak Spanish? Well, it really depends on which part of Mexico City you are going to be in. Also, I'm for the gentlemen who are going to be on singles tour, I will explain you about the nice and not nice Mexico City areas. And I will ask not to go to the areas which are not nice. But if you are in the places like Polanco, which is very, it's a beautiful, it's a business area. It's quite high end. part of the city, there is a high probability that the ladies are going to be speaking Spanish. Also, there is there are two other areas which are called Condesa and Roma Norte, which are full of foreigners, and almost everybody speaks Spanish there. But it's not about approaching ladies in the streets. Mexico has its fame about um, criminals and all the stuff. Please don't be afraid about that. You're going to be absolutely safe. But it's not something frequent for Mexico City or Mexico in general to be approaching ladies in the streets. Maybe at the restaurants, at the bars, or somewhere inside. But if you just approach somebody in the street, they're like, okay, what's going on? Are they going to kidnap me, or are they going to rob me? Something like that. So it's better to avoid. There is a lot of um, kind of events like for networking and so on, where people can meet. But obviously, you don't need that, because if you come to Mexico City for the singles tour, and if you come to the socials, you are going to be overwhelmed with the number of ladies and with all their attention and with all their inviting smiles at you. So there won't be necessary. Okay. Hmm. Another question. Well, okay, I'm really bad at understanding nicknames, so I hope I don't mess up too much with them. Host, I just a second. I lost. Okay, good to know you don't have to rush to be on time for a date in Mexico. Exactly, exactly. Usually, our male clients try to arrive 15, 10 minutes earlier. Some arrive 30 minutes earlier. It's really not necessary in Mexico City, unless you are having date with the Slavic ladies. Then you will have to be on time and with flowers. Okay, A shown. Haha, well, black people time is late. Filipino time is crazy late. I wonder how bad Mexican Latina time is. How bad? Well, it's not bad at all. Obviously, Mexican ladies have their peculiarities. They are very much passionate. Sometimes they are dramatic. But I think it's a great thing to balance boring routine. Okay, Terence. I would rather be a woman who appreciates a person time. It shows respect for the other person. Well, of course, I agree with you absolutely. But when being late is a national trait, it's difficult to be different. Okay. Sean, when I was in Peru, they were good about time. Traffic sucked and they had a transport strike while I was there, so that was bad, but they still made dates on time. Well, lucky you, Sean, because in Mexico it was like 2 years in the row. We were having our November event in the end of November. And it was driving me crazy because for some reason, both years in the end of November, exactly around the socials, there were constant strikes in Mexico City, and the ladies weren't able to arrive to the socials. They were like 2 hours late to the date. It was a total mess. That's why I moved Mexican tour to the beginning of November, straight after this Halloween and Dia de Muertos time, when there is no craziness. Okay, Danielle, Olga is magnificent. Thank you so much, Danielle. Okay, box. Sounds like a very packed few days. Lots of talking and dancing and eating. Oh, it's Mexico. It's all about talking, dancing, and eating. And sometimes also drinking tequila or mezcal. But you are going to love it here in Mexico City. I haven't met a single person uh, during the singles tours, who didn't like Mexican food or Mexican drinks or Mexican environment or all the talking and dancing. How fun, you know? I'm Ukrainian, as I have mentioned 1 million of times today only, but we have quite similar culture to the culture of the United States. We are a bit more distant, a bit more formal. So when I arrived to Mexico and all this friendliness and all the smiling faces and people talking nice to me and to everybody, almost nobody is confronting each other. It was like, what's going on here? It's something strange. I was telling that in my 20, at that time, 9 years in Ukraine, I hadn't seen that many smiling faces like within a couple of months in Mexico. Obviously, the count of smiling faces in Mexico is way, 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 way bigger. But you know, now when I go to Ukraine to visit my family and I find myself again in my native or this environment of origin when people are more like distant, closed, formal. Peace in Mexico, honestly, honestly, honestly. Okay, next question. Sean, when I was in Peru, the ladies took dance seriously, and I'm the rare brother that what is CMT? What is the abbrev? Oh, okay, probably it's condensed. I hope they scrapped the footage of me making a fool out of myself while the ladies danced like professionals. Oh. Sean, please let me give you a credit. I think, I'm sure, I have no doubts that you made dancing there because ladies love it. Ladies love that the men, even if they do not know how to dance, they still make the effort because for them it's like trying to incorporate yourself into the circle, culture, environment, everything, and ladies appreciate it a lot. I saw it during all the socials. Nobody, literally, not a single lady has ever complained that somebody couldn't dance or didn't dance that professionally as the ladies do. For them, it's kind of fun because they can teach you and obviously have more communication with you. Okay, I have a question from Billy. Are Mexican women westernized? No. No, 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 they are not. Um, I would say in all the possible meanings and aspects, they keep being this hot-tempered, passionate, dramatic, interesting, expressionate. Expressionate. I don't think that expressive. That word doesn't exist. I'm sorry. Um, Persons, and they are very much old school. So the man has to take the initiative. The man needs to be a gentleman to open the door, to help with the chair, to help them maybe choose or make the order. The man is the one who pays the bills in the restaurant, and doesn't matter if you are on the date 157, you still need to pay for the date because for the ladies um it's your expression of the courtship, like you are trying to win her over. Okay, Steve, just go along with the music. Swing according to the music. I agree with you, Steve. And this is the tip all the Mexicans have been giving me for my more than 7 years here, and still I cannot dance. So, gentlemen, if somebody who is listening to me or seeing me right now um, feel shy that they do not know how to dance and will go to the social without knowing how to dance, don't worry. I also don't know how to dance, but it's participative. Okay, Danielle, do most of Mexican women like to cook? Yes, 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 indeed. Mexican ladies are um, oh, they have still have this values of the family, of the couple, of the marriage, and despite the fact that all this feminist movement is winning the world over, there is a huge number of Mexican ladies who like to cook, who like to do, this home stuff and um, please in the most beautiful meaning of this word to please their men. Are men getting engaged in Mexico City tours? Of course, they don't just get engaged, they also get married. Okay, I have a question from Dr. D. Are dating apps safe in Mexico City? Well, we are not responsible for any dating apps. We are different type, different kind of business for matchmaking. And as long as you are dealing with our clients, our AFA female clients, everything is safe. Beyond that, it's up to you. It's completely your responsibility. And there is a lot uh, of the stories about dating apps I have been hearing, good and bad. So I'm not advising that to you, but again, after being at our social, you won't need dating apps. You will be overwhelmed, and it will be like you will say, "Oh my gosh, I have already had 3 dates today, and I will have to do 3 dates tomorrow. It was breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and not a single drop of food or drink enters my body." So about dating apps. Okay, Gibson, how many of the Mexico City girls want or have kids? Oh gosh, it's another difficult question. For me, it's rather a statistics, which I haven't prepared. Let's analyze together. Most of the ladies, most of our clients, female clients, are between their 40s and 50s. So most of them already have kids. And in Mexico, it's a rare occasion that somebody has only one child. Usually it's two, three kids. So mostly you will need to look for ladies below 40 or around 35 who do not have kids for them to be wanting kids. It's not a huge segment, honestly speaking, but still we have that kind of ladies. Okay, Greg, was it difficult to adapt to Mexican culture or were you always outgoing? I wasn't. I think most Slavic women are quite reserved compared to Latinas. Yes, Greg, absolutely. You are so right. I was very much introverted. Well, I still am when nobody sees me, but because of what I'm doing, I have to be outgoing. I have to be talking to people, approaching people, helping people. So it was a good thing for me to explore another aspect of my personality, discover and explore some of my traits which were hidden always. But Mexican culture um, has had a very positive impact on me. Even the reserved person as myself feels amazing here. Just the people here in Mexico are so friendly, they are so warm, they are so welcoming, they love foreigners and they want to be close to foreigners and they want to help us and to make us feel like home. So it's an amazing experience. You need to feel it. Okay, well, again, I'm sorry, I'm struggling with your nickname. So it's Wax Hoax. I don't drink tequila or any alcohol for that matter, so how bad will that be in Mexican culture? Okay, give me five because neither do I drink any alcohol or tequila. Yet everything is okay. You can survive without drinking. Though drinking, honestly speaking, is a huge part of Mexican culture. But a good thing is that you can find anything here up to your taste, up to your preferences and interests. So it's not obligatory for somebody to be drinking in order to enjoy the time in Mexico. Okay, Paul Schmitz. Don't discount girls that don't speak English. My wife did not speak English when we first met. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't discount them at all. For that matter, we provide matchmakers who are also translators, and also we provide translators for the dates after the social. Um, that is going to be an additional service, and you will need to pay for their translational service. But in any case, I'm discounting ladies who do not speak English because we have a real lot of success stories precisely with the ladies who don't speak English. And I love to joke about that because um, if you don't speak fluently some language, you do not have the ability to quarrel in that language, you know? So your relationship is going to be much smoother and much happier. Okay, Steve, what percentage of girls from Ukraine in your age group can speak English enough to talk to a guy? From my age group, how do you know my age group, Steve? I would say that percentage of girls from Ukraine, 95. It's quite rare that nobody, that somebody doesn't speak English. In my generation, when I was going to school, English already was an obligatory subject at school and then at the university and then a lot of courses, and we started having films with English subtitles or just in original English language. So it's been more and more and more and more, and I would say that even if you go to Ukraine, um, it's rare that, for example, in the capital, in Kyiv, you won't find the waiters or like service personnel who doesn't speak English. And speaking about the ladies who have higher education, you know, who have some degree, who have internet, who has Netflix, who travel, do not speak English. And so far, the last question I have here. What from Mark? What would happen if a client asked you for a date during the tour? My favorite category of questions. Thank you for the question, Mark. No, nothing would happen because I do not go out with the clients. It's the professional ethics we are maintaining, and there is enough there are enough single Mexican ladies for the clients to have dates with. So no need for me there. Okay, I have one more question. Awesome. David. Olga, is it normal for some ladies to enter their current location in Mexico and when chatting say they are in a totally different location? I can understand if they are in Ukraine. Well, if we speak about AFA website, our ladies, the ladies who we register in Mexico, live in Mexico and in Mexico City or maybe Cancun Playa, but most of them live in Mexico City. The only occasion that their real location might be different is when they go for a short period of time to Ukraine to visit their family, and then they come back here and they are still in Mexico because we do not register ladies from Ukraine as if they were living in Mexico. Okay. Any more questions, gentlemen? Because you know this chatterbox won't stop talking until the time is over. Okay, let me tell you about Dia de Muertos while I'm waiting for some more questions from anybody else. Dia de Muertos is a very big deal in Mexico, and if I'm not mistaken, the next Monday is going to be a day off in Mexico because on weekend they are going to be celebrating this Dia de Muertos, and I strongly recommend you to watch this Coco movie. It was released a couple of years ago. Well, that oh, maybe 5 years ago, might be. But it describes very precisely Mexican culture and their customs, their traditions during the Dia de Muertos. How they prepare all this ofrenda. It's like table, or it can be. Ay, it's a piece of furniture where people put the picture of their relatives who passed away and decorate it with flowers, with some paper things like origami, but Mexican style. Not really origami. They they represent something, and all the skulls, because the skulls are do not represent anything bad in Mexico, and they celebrate the death, and they believe that as long as they remember their relatives, the souls of the relatives live in the other world, in the world of dead. So if you watch this Coco movie, it's going to give you very good topics for Mexican dates because the tour is only 1 week after the Day of Dead, and maybe you are going to see these Katrina figures. No, those are not sculptures. They are usually made of some metal, some steel. They are now exhibited in Paseo de la Reforma. You will see also alebrijes, which are like mythical creatures, which are also all about the Day of Death, but have a couple of more questions. That's why I need to cut my speech down and answer the questions. Okay, I have. Mhm. I have a question from Felix. Do you think Mexican women are just looking for white guys, or can non-white men find success there? Of course, of course, of course, of course. There is no problem about the skin color. Absolutely. We well, actually, I must say that non-white guys usually attract much attention, and they are very exotic for Mexican ladies as well. So absolutely no problem with that. Okay, Milo, will Mexican girls only date Christians? Not really. Well, there are some ladies in Mexico who are very strict about their religious interests, views, choices, everything, but that's a very reduced, incredibly reduced number of ladies. And honestly, I haven't met those between our female clients, so no problem with that. Brian, hello, Olha. How many Ukrainian ladies on an average show up to the socials. I'm looking to come to Mexico City in February. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Please come here. For the first time ever leaving the United States and going to a foreign country, how will I be received there? Just curious. Thanks. Oh, Brian, you are going to be received here amazingly, amazingly, amazingly. You are going to be in great hands here because I'm going to be receiving you here personally, and my Ukrainian mafia who are also very caring and warm and try to make all our clients feel safe and feel like in a in a safe space, you know. So if it's going to be your first travel abroad from the United States, Mexico is the perfect destination because it's not far from the United States, and you are going to be here, and Ukrainian ladies, well, we have Ukrainian ladies, we have quite a big Ukrainian community here in Mexico City, but it would be amazing to know what's your age range, preferred age range, because we have a lot of ladies of my age, like in their mid 30s, a lot of ladies in their 40s, also quite a number of ladies in their 50s, because many of Ukrainian girls brought their moms when the war started, brought their moms here. And it's also like we are trying to register some of those ladies to help them find their love. I have a question from Capricorn. Where do you meet the Slavic girl? Of course, through AFA, coming to Mexico City tour. Where else? Brandon, what a good country for a guy in his 30s to visit. Well, if it's early 30s, unfortunately, I'm saying this with all the pain in my heart and soul. We don't have many ladies for your age category in Mexico, and I cannot speak for the other countries, unfortunately. Daniel, do the señoritas awesome prefer to stay in their current cities or move to be with their partners? Well, it absolutely depends. Some of the ladies, and again, it's an amazing question, Daniel. You know, thank you so much for asking it. Again, Mexican ladies have very strong family values, and it's like meeting the parents, meeting the family, meeting the grandmother, having lunch together on Sunday. It's kind of a must. It's a rule. So many ladies who have their big families here want to, let's say, it's a bit more difficult for them to break out from their families and go to live to the countries or the other cities of their partners. It's something to be discussed in the between you and your partner, your lady. But also there is a number of ladies who don't have their parents here and their children are already grown ups. That's why basically nothing keeps them tied here in Mexico. And they are more than happy to move to the other country with their partner or to the other city, because we also have stories when the gentleman move from the United States, let's say to Cancun, and the lady moves from Mexico City and they live together in Cancun. Okay, Timothy, I hope to do the Mexico tour next year. So it is a rumor in Texas that Mexican women love, love. Okay, I feel a bit uh, stupid. I don't understand. I hope to do the Mexico tour next year. Okay, great. Well, I'm looking forward to receiving you. So it is a rumor in Texas that Mexican women love. I think something is missing, but Mexican women are full of love. Chris, hello, Chris. It's been a while. It's really been a while. But I've been indirectly supervising you. No, no, not supervising, asking our friend in common about you. You are doing great. And I have a question from Brian. I think it's going to be the last question for today because I think I'm going to stop talking for a week after this show. Brian, 46. So age range, I'm looking between mid 30s, early 40s. How many ladies are there at that range? Just curious. Hey, Brian, great age range. We have we have a good amount of ladies in their mid 40s, between mid 40s, 30s, I'm sorry, 30s, mid 30s and early 40s. It's a great age range. And I must say that even you might, if you are interested, you might find the ladies who don't have kids or still want kids, let's say have only one and still want kids. Okay. Let me do the ultimate refresh of the page to check the questions. We don't have any more questions, and I think it's time for us to close for today. Thank you so much, everyone who joined me today, everyone who could bear with me, who could stand all my blah 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 for this ultimate hour. Again, I will take this opportunity to invite everybody to Mexico City Singles Tour, which is already next week. The socials are going to be next, not next, yes, next week on November 8 and 9. And don't consider it for a long time. Don't doubt. Just reserve your place, buy your tour, and come here. Let me help you make this tour the time of your life, and I'm sure you are going to enjoy it a lot because you are going to meet very nice, beautiful, passionate Latina ladies. You are going to meet some Slavic ladies. You are going to spend a lot of time with myself and with my Ukrainian mafia. I'm going to take very good care of you. And obviously, you are going to try just the best possible Mexican food here. Because where can you eat the best Mexican food if not in Mexico? Believe me, whatever you have tried outside of Mexico, it's not Mexican food. You haven't lived. That's why I'm inviting you to come to Mexico City and enjoy all the possible aspects of the singles tour. And again, I will be waiting for you here. I will be receiving you here. I will be constantly in touch. And anything you will need, I will be there for you. Thank you so much to everybody who joined, and see you in Mexico City. Bye.
Sandra is a beautiful girl, and I'm very, very happy to introduce you with her. Her ID number is 220204. Remember, 220204. And Sandra, I don't know if you are there and you can hear us and you can connect with us right now.
Yes, I'm here.